I've been debating about doing this video for quite some time, video about why I got started with YouTube and the journey so far. So this may get a little bit personal. I feel like it's something I need to, talk to you guys and just share with me and get off my chest. Because a lot of people are wondering, why did you get in YouTube? What got you started? And I thought it'd be an interesting video to talk to you guys about why I got started with YouTube and the journey so far and what has happened over the many years. Oh my god, so many years already. The many years I've been doing this with. So in order to tell this story, I gotta go back to 2015, 2015. So like three years ago. It's been so long already. So like 3 years ago, before I got into YouTube. It was kind of near the end of summertime. I was working a dead-end job. I was working as a waste yard laborer. Okay, I quit my current job, which was a career job, massage therapist. I know. It's an interesting job. It was a good job. But I quit that job and I started to do this waste yard laboring job. I hated it. This job was just atrocious. It was one of the worst jobs. I wouldn't recommend it. Pretty much the job was you wake up at 5 a.m., go to work for 6, work until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock sometimes, and either out in the blistering sun or you're out in the blistering cold. And the job pretty much consisted of getting rid of like propane tanks and fire extinguishers, recycling cans, getting rid of like the gunk that builds up at the bottom of these giant industrial washers and dryers, which is like black sludge and is the most disgustingest thing ever. Couldn't have a beard, had to shave it off, and I had to wear a mask for like 8 hours a day. Management was atrocious, shitty job, shitty time in my life, and it was no good. And at that point in my life, I was feeling pretty lost. I was feeling pretty depressed, not very happy with my life at the moment and where I was with it and what I was doing with it. And I thought quitting my job as a massage therapist and picking up a different job, would give me time to kind of think of what I wanted to do, give me a different perspective. Boy, was I wrong on that part. So while I was working this job, I remember watching, out of all the people, a Jacksepticeye video. I don't know if he was as popular as he was now. No, I think he only had like, oh man, I don't even remember how many subscribers he had. I don't even remember. But I remember watching his videos, and with everything I was feeling, I remember the video made me feel very, it made my day easier. I couldn't wait to get to lunch break, and go sit in my car. I wasn't much of a social butterfly because I didn't like my coworkers, well, except for a couple, but, I mean, some of them are okay, but, I just wanted to watch these videos because they made my day feel better and they made it feel like it was going by faster, and it gave me a sense of, like, joyfulness, and at the time, I wasn't feeling that, I was not in a good spot. And my relationship at the time with the girl I was dating wasn't very good, but that all will be explained in 2016. I remember watching Jacksepticeye, and I remember just, how much fun he was having, and like just the energy he brought, and how much he was enjoying himself, filming himself playing a game, out of all things. And I remember I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, if he's getting this much joy out of it, why can't I do something similar? And maybe that would bring me some sort of happiness in my life, Maybe that's something that I was missing. And so near the end of 2015 began my YouTube career, or I guess you could say YouTube career now. I remember starting out and I didn't have anything really. I remember I had like an old computer that I built just to play World of Warcraft. So I had like a GTX 580 graphics card, and it was like just the crappiest. Well, it wasn't the crappiest computer, but I mean, it did me good. I still have it. It's somewhere. I don't remember where it is. And the microphone I had at the time was just like something like this. All right, I had a headset and then just with a microphone, and that's how I got my audio all figured out. And then I had a webcam, which I still have. It was a good webcam, and that's all I really needed. That's all you really need when you first start out YouTube or streaming. You just need it. If you want to use a webcam, you don't have to, but you know, I feel like when you use a webcam, it's more personal, right? So I had my webcam, I had my headset, and then I had my little microphone, and then I had to figure out everything else on my own. OBS, the recording, the audio, how to make it better, and you know what I want to do. And when I first started my channel, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. You know, I remember I'm pretty sure the videos are still on my channel. Like a news, like a video game news thing, a really cringy vlog, and then I kind of branched off into video games, which I loved. Horror video games, to be specific. And I think one of the first series I did was Outlast. I think it was Outlast Whistleblower, if you guys know that one. It was a DLC to the original Outlast. And I remember I recorded that game for 2.5 hours, finished it. Then I realized I didn't capture the game on my recording. So all it was just my webcam, my audio reacting to a black screen. So I'm like, crap. So I had to redo that. I replayed through the whole game. And this is when I wasn't using any lighting. And if you watch, I don't remember what video. I think it's like the first part in the series. You can see the light slowly start to get darker and darker and darker because the light outside, the sun was going down. And by the end of the video, it's just like my webcam's just complete darkness. And boy, that was a learning experience for sure. But it was definitely fun. You know, I remember, I think it was near the end, 2015, I hit my first 50 and I felt just like, yes, like so much joy. You know, I felt kind of happiness building up inside me, right? Something I haven't really felt back then in a while. And I remember when I hit my first 50, I was just like, it was like an accomplishment, right? It was like an achievement. And that's what I wanted to hit at the end of the year. And I was so happy with myself that 50 people liked my content enough to subscribe to my channel and watch my videos, right? I guess they saw something in my videos that they liked, and it was great, and it made me feel good. So with the 2015 and the series I did with Outlast, I decided to do some other videos like Happy Wheels, and I honestly can't remember a bunch of other ones back in 2015. I was happy with myself, and I was happy with what I was doing, and it was giving me a sense of joy and happiness. And the depression I once felt like it was slowly going away, right? It was like a weird sense of therapy. YouTube therapy, is that a thing? I don't know. But it was helping me. That's all I knew, that what I was doing and creating was helping myself. Jumping to 2016, the worst year, but possibly the best year of my life. So I was still working my crappy job in 2016, and I was still doing YouTube. I would, do my shift. I'd watch Jacksepticeye videos on my breaks, and then that's when I started to find out like other YouTubers like PewDiePie and like all these people. I was fairly new to YouTube at the time. Like when I started doing YouTube, I didn't really watch any of it, so I wasn't sure like what the hell I was doing. But in 2016, I knew that doing YouTube was making me happy, and I wanted to continue it. So every time after work, I would get home and I would record something. It'd be like a crappy little indie game, or pretty much a crappy little indie game. And doing YouTube, it made me realize, the joy I was feeling, the happiness I felt, that I didn't want to keep working this dead-end shitty job, and that I actually missed my old job, my old career as a massage therapist, because, I could pick my own hours. The money was decent. When you build up your own clientele, it can be pretty good. And I just missed that freedom that I had. And this job I was working, it was like 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it was just horrible, and it was dirty, and it was gross, and I'm not about that. I wanted to go back to working indoors and helping people in that way. I mean, torturing them or, what have you. You know, people like that kind of torture. In February, I quit my job and I went back to my old job at a new place, of course. And working there, I started to feel like, you know, my life was back on track. You know, I was doing YouTube and I was feeling good. You know, I had a job that I loved and the spark was back and it just, everything seemed to be going right. And I started doing like a bunch of different videos, like trailer reactions and, you know, trying out different editing styles. And I was really getting into editing. For me, I find editing to be very therapeutic. And I love editing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love recording, but just sitting down and editing is it's very zen for me. And it's just all the stress just melts away. It's a very weird thing, but I definitely enjoy it. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of different videos and I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was just making videos because I wanted to laugh at myself. Every time I'd make a video and I would edit it, I would watch my video over again in the editing, and I'd keep editing it. Then I would render it, then I'd watch it, and I just laugh at myself because I thought it was hilarious. I still think I'm hilarious, of course. But I think that's one of the keys to when you're making a YouTube video is if you watch your own videos and you find them enjoyable and you're laughing and you don't find them too cringy, then I think that's a sign that you're making the content that you want to make. And I love that kind of editing that I do. It's, you know, it's fast cut, a lot of editing, some graphics and all that. You know, I don't know, it makes it very enjoyable for me. I love that quick style of editing. When I started to experiment with like different editing and putting more videos out there and putting quality over quantity, that's very important. I started getting these comments from people saying that my videos, you know, I've helped them through their day, that, you know, they're feeling depressed today, but they found my videos and it cheered them up and they binge watched all my videos and they wanted more because they loved what I did. And that gave me a sense of, I don't know, worth, but it made me feel really good. And it was just really nice to know that I was making these dumb videos to help myself, but they were also helping people that were watching them, which is what, you know, Jacksepticeye's videos did for me. They made me feel, you know, not as depressed and low, and they cheered me up. And it was really nice to know that what I was putting out there was making people feel that way. And like I said, when I was making these videos, at the time when I was not in the greatest mindset. I was depressed, and I was doing this because it helped me. And it was some kind of like weird form of therapy. It was not only helping me, but it was helping others. And that was really cool. And that was the moment where it kind of clicked in for me that I want to keep making videos because it not only helps me, but it helps other people out there. And when I got into YouTube, it wasn't to be the most subscribed channel or to make money or to get the views. Although views are great because then, you know, people watch your videos, you know, and it's great. But it was never about that. When I got into it, like I said, it was just for me and where I was at the time of my life to try something new to see if it would help me. And it did. And it's been helping other people, and it's been great, and I've been loving it ever since. 2016, we hit first 100 subs. Remember that? And we worked our way up through the year to like 500, I think. It was weird. I hit 500, then I dropped like 100, and then I gained them back. And I don't know, YouTube back then was weird. It was a weird time. Like, I remember people just like, even big channels like losing subscribers and gaining them back, and it was like definitely a weird time. I was slowly climbing my way up through the hundreds, and honestly, I never thought I'd reach 100 subscribers, let alone, you know, 500 back then. And I just felt very accomplished, and I was just loving what I was doing with my channel. As happy as I was with my YouTube, my own personal life at the time took a pretty big crash, relationship-wise. But my 8-year relationship with the girl that I was seeing at the time, for 8 years, kind of ended not in a very good way. And with that ending, to say the least, it completely destroyed me. And with that, the depression and the depression and a lot of things that I felt back the year before came rushing back. And along with the depression, I got pretty sick. And here I was again, feeling like I was back to where I was and completely hating myself. And when all that happened, I did take some time off YouTube. I kind of went AWOL there for a couple months. I tried dating. I tried hopping back into the dating scene, and try and help, but honestly, it didn't help at all. I think it might have made things worse. And with how I was feeling at the time, I was contemplating suicide. I was definitely not at a good place in my life. Just from the whole 8-year relationship ending the way it did, the relationship itself was it should have been ended a while ago, possibly like a year earlier, but it was just a venomous relationship, and just how things ended was not great. And I was not in a great spot. And I just absolutely hated myself. I just completely hated myself. And I'm sure, some people watching this have been through that, and it's a tough spot to be in. It's a tough headspace. I don't know if it's a headspace, but it's tough to work through it and try and find the light at the end of the tunnel. But I remember just being in my room, not feeling the greatest, with the depression and some of the thoughts running in my head, and the sickness I got, and the intestinal and the bowel issues and the stomach issues. I looked over at my computer and realized I hadn't done YouTube in a while. So I decided to fire up my computer and just jump back into it. I made one video, I made another video. And some people would say, if you're in a bad spot, don't record anything, don't stream anything. It'll come across as like people will be able to tell what's up. And if you look back at my old videos from back then, you can definitely tell that I wasn't well at all, right? I look pale and pasty as fuck, okay? But with each video I started making, I started to get that old feeling back again, And in a weird way, making YouTube videos started helping me again. I started to feel better, I started to kind of just put myself right into, I don't know if you want to call it work mode, but I just put myself right into YouTube making videos, going back streaming. And I started to stream like six days a week. I'd do my massage job, I'd come home and I start streaming. I'd be making videos in the morning off to the side, and I was just engulfed in the YouTube, right? The big old YouTube ball. I was just engulfed in it, and I think it was probably the best thing to happen to me, because I'm still here. It was a great escape for me. Still is a great escape. It made me feel a bit happier where I was in my life. So that near the end of the 2016, I swore to myself that I'm going to take the year off. No dating, nothing like that. And I'm just going to focus on myself. Right? I'm going to do the things that I want to do. Because for 8 years, when you're with someone, you kind of lose sense of who you are. And I wanted to find myself again. And I knew that I liked YouTube, so I pursued that. Not in an attempt to get big or try and make it as a job, because the job I had, I loved. I just want to do it because I enjoy it, and it's fucking amazing to do. I mean, what other platform can you express yourself, right, and share to the world? So at the end of that year, I swore to myself that, all right, I'm going to take the year off. I'm going to focus on myself. Then we fast forward to 2017. 2017, I would say, was the year of healing. Also the year of Terraria and Fortnite. Oh my god, dude. Terraria, man, that was an interesting time. Same with Fortnite, but we'll get into that. With 2017 beginning, I started to stream more, 6 days a week, longer hours. I would purposely schedule myself to work at 2, never any morning, just so I could stream later in the night and in the early morning for streaming, because I wanted to stream longer, because it felt therapeutic and it was helping me, and I was meeting so many new people, so many new subscribers and viewers. And I made so many new friends. And to be able to talk to people every day, to be able to entertain and be goofy and be myself and just let loose, you know. It helped me in more ways than I could count, right? It helped me feel confident again, and it helped me break out of my shell. Not many people know this, but I'm pretty shy when it comes to real life. But through doing YouTube and streaming, I've learned just to not give a fuck, you know, not care, just be yourself, and people like that. And the people I met, James Evans, you know, great streamer. I do wish he started streaming again, but great streamer, great friend. Hey Ghoul friend, shout out to her, really cool chick. Lieutenant Luigi, Cactus, Mad Cuz Bad, just point insertion. You know, so many people I've met that I'm happy to call my friends. You know, and I finally started to feel happy again, and it was such a great feeling to have that back and to feel like I'm not to feel sad anymore. The 2017 was a pretty big year, I would say. I tried Terraria for the first time on the channel. I streamed it, Terraria, and I don't know what happened, but I went from like 5-10 viewers to having, oh my god, it was like 100 viewers. Right? I don't know what happened. Like, all these viewers just came out of nowhere when I started streaming Terraria and met so many new people. You know, I went from like 500 followers to 1,000 in 2 days to 1,200 to 1,500, and I was just blown away. I didn't know what was happening. It was amazing to see all these people come in and support the stream, be able to talk to them, all these new viewers and people joining the community. It was great. You know, I streamed that for a little while, and I started streaming Fortnite. I actually streamed Fortnite the first day it came out, the Battle Royale mode, and everyone hated it. It was very weird. It's very weird times right now. But I got back into Fortnite in like season 2 or like near the end of season 1, I think. I think it was near the end of season 1. And more people started to come in, and then I started getting raided by these big YouTubers like Alex Ramy and One Shot Girl and Alex Ramy again, and a couple other YouTubers. I can't even think of their names. And thank you for the raids and all that, but I can't remember their names. And even through those raids, I met a bunch of new people, and we hit over 2,000 subscribers, and I was just like, I never imagined my channel and the things I did that we would hit 2,000 subscribers, right? I thought 100 subscribers was great, but hitting 2,000 in like a year, you know, gaining like that many subscribers was amazing, and it just blew me away, and I was just like, I was so happy. And I met so many other people and so many new friends through those raids, and all the new viewers that came in, and people who enjoyed my Fortnite streams. And you know, I've never made a Fortnite video. Think about it. It's always been highlights, but I've never sat down to make a Fortnite video. And to me, I know Fortnite's like overplayed, but to me, it kind of holds a special place in my heart, just because the time last year, and it was just, I don't want to say it was a magical time, but I think it was a magical time for the channel. And nearing the end of the year, we kept getting raided by these bigger channels, and I think it was just like the Christmas spirit, but it was great. And as we approached the end of the year, the sickness that I had, by the way, I went, for that whole 2017, I went vegan just to help try and restart my system. I'm not a preachy vegan. I'm not vegan anymore. I just did that because the nutritionist that I was seeing said, you know what, let's cut all the crap out and see if this helped. And near the end of the year, the sickness was pretty much gone, and the depression, the sadness I was feeling, and the emptiness, it was kind of still there. I mean, it's always still kind of there, just lingering. But it was definitely better. And my bowels, my intestine, I honestly, my sister put it in a good way, was that when I got sick, it was like my body detoxing pretty much from not a great relationship. So that's why I say back in 2016, it might have been the worst year of my life, but possibly the best year because I got out of that bad relationship. But the year was good and we were going strong. And in 2018, I stopped doing YouTube for a while. I started YouTube going into the year strong, but near springtime, I burned myself out, not just by streaming too much, you know? I really felt the burn, and I was kind of getting tired of playing Fortnite every night, and I think I was still putting like 1 or 2 videos out a few times, but not as much as I used to. And there is a reason for that. Me and YouTube have had not a great relationship. I haven't been a fan of where YouTube is going, as a lot of people have. And as much as I say I don't care about views, I also want people to see my videos, right? So, because when you put so much work into something, and something you're creating, you know, you spend an hour or two just recording, and then you take that and then you spend an hour or so on the audio, then I spend probably 3 to 4 hours editing, because I gotta watch it, make it perfect, and do like 5 passes over it, and it takes a lot of time. And when you put that much work into it, then you only see your video get, I don't know, not as much as your last one, right? It's very demoralizing, I guess I'm trying to say. It's very demoralizing. And I do want people to see my videos, right? And I want them to enjoy, and hopefully the videos I make help them, like they've helped so many other people. I was feeling the burn, and I decided, you know what? I need to take a step back, and I need to take a break. And I wanted to get out there and meet people and start dating again. You know, I needed to just stop being by myself. I figured, okay, a year has gone by, and I want to get out there. So I went out and I started dating, and that's when I met a fantastic, beautiful girl, metal girl, who is in the vlogs I've done, which were very fun. And she pretty much changed my life for the better. Time spent with her made me feel something that I hadn't felt in a very long time. I guess happiness in a relationship. You know, when things were great, we started dating back in May, and then exclusive in June, and it was definitely like quite a while before I started doing YouTube. It was actually because of her that I started up YouTube again, because I knew something was missing. I wasn't sure what it was. I was really happy, but I felt like I guess I wasn't doing my own thing, you know. Something was missing. And I showed her my YouTube channel, and she was the one that kicked me in the butt and said, you know what, you should get back to doing that, because you enjoy it so much. And she liked watching them, and I told her a couple of stories of, you know, how some people have messaged me and saying the videos that helped them, and she thought that was amazing, and she kicked me in the keister and said, get back to it, boy. Then I started getting back into YouTube and recording again, and I found that spark, you know. And she was, and that was the thing that was missing. And there's a pattern here, you know, through these years, through like all the bad shit and good shit, being able to create something for viewers, even if it is just, you know, how people say recording and just playing a game. Yeah, it's true, but there's so much more that goes into it. Being able to do this, and knowing that it helps me, not only me, but it helps, you know, you guys watching. It's such a great feeling. And I know that if I didn't have this outlet and have all you wonderful people watching and enjoying my content, if I didn't have any of that, I know that I probably wouldn't be here. And like I said, sorry about that. But like I said, without YouTube or you guys, I don't think I would honestly be here. And I've thought a lot about this. This is why I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this video. It's pretty, I guess, a little personal. But I just want to say to everyone who has watched my videos, and who has supported me through all these years. Thank you so much. Every single one of you has helped me through so many tough times. You have no idea how much I appreciate every single one of you. Fuck, that's why I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the video. Getting a little bit emotional. Just thank you guys so much. Just thank you guys so much. All of you have helped me in more ways than one, more than you can even imagine. I want to give a special shout out to my mod and my friend Purple, or Caden, for being with me through pretty much all of this and just being an amazing friend and yeah. But the journey does not end here. The video does, but not the journey. I am still going to continue making videos because it is what I love to do. And I hope to meet many more new viewers and subscribers, and hopefully the videos I create bring you some sort of release, happiness, you know. Hopefully enjoy them. Hopefully the videos that I make that help me help you in the same way. So guys, I just want to say thank you again, and as always, I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. Peace out.